Good evening. Chuck Swartz welcoming you to the softball diamonds of Scottsbluff High School, home of the Scottsbluff High School softball team. Scottsbluff High, the home team, is coached by Mike Gentry. They're 11-6 after losing a pair of run rule games to North Platte Tuesday. Scottsbluff is 8-6 against Class B opponents and have lost 2 straight, but they have won 8 of their last 11 games. While Gering, coached by Tim Gonzalez, is 11-5. Gering's 8-5 against Class B teams. They've won 2 straight, coming in with a pair of run rule games against Class C Chase County. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, with that loss coming to Scottsbluff in the Scottsbluff Invite last Saturday. These teams have already met twice, with both winning a game. They're both part of the B6 district, which will be hosted in the Panhandle at Oregon Trail Park in Gering and at the Scottsbluff High Diamonds right here in early October, as both Gering and Scottsbluff will provide fields for the 7-team tournament. Other teams in the district scheduled for the 4th and 5th of October include Alliance, Chadron, Gothenburg, McCook, and North Platte. Scottsbluff has played 11 games against district foes, winning 6 of them. Gering has played 9 games against district opponents and has won 5 of them, so slightly over half for both the Lady Bearcats and the Lady Bulldogs. When I come back, take a look at the starters. Thanks for watching KNEB.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
Let's take a look at the visitors from Gering and their lineup. Maddie Weiss, the sophomore, will be the first baseman leading it off. Bobby Claflin, the pitcher, hits second. Kiana Island, third baseman tonight. She'll be hitting third. Cleanup is Briley Dean, the left fielder. Josie Brown, second baseman, is hitting fifth. Macy Schlotthauer, right fielder, hits sixth, followed by Kelly Snelling, the center fielder. Callista Muir, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Hannah Splastusser, the catcher, will hit ninth. Again, it's Weiss, Claflin, and Island, Dean, Brown, and Schlotthauer, Snelling, Muir, and Splastusser. And they'll be going up against Jordan Grasmick for Scottsbluff. Back to take a look at the Scottsbluff lineup.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for. Who is Hydra Tex? Hydra Tex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
No, we don't have. Okay. Should we just take a 1 minute?
1 minute.
Okay. Welcome back. We've looked at the Gering lineup. They are the visitors. Let's look at the home team, Scottsbluff. Mariah Avila, the freshman left fielder, will lead it off. Tierney Schlevy, the right fielder, hits second. Brady Lockemer, the shortstop's in the third hole. And hitting cleanup is Taylor Klein, the third baseman. Kiera Twombly will hit fifth. She plays center field, followed by pitcher Jordan Grasmick. Then it's Maddie Johnston, the second baseman, hitting seventh. Savannah Salazar, the first baseman, hits eighth, and the designated player, Kimber Schallenberger, will be the designated player in the ninth spot. On defense, Talara Kinsey will be the catcher. Again for Scottsbluff, Avila, Schlevy, and Lockemer, Klein, Twombly, and Grasmick, Johnston, Salazar, and Schallenberger. They'll be facing Bobby Claflin. So we have a pair of senior starters for tonight's action. Both teams have 1-1 in their series, and of course they've still got a chance to meet up later in the year, and the postseason tournament will be here in Gering and Scottsbluff. So that concludes the lineups. We'll have the opening pitch coming up. Thanks for being along with us here on KNEB.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scottsbluff Gering area for well over 2 decades. Many have the misconception that leasing or renting a retail commercial space at Monument Mall is not affordable. On the contrary, our retail spaces have never been more affordable than now. Often having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate. Feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
Sterling, yeah, that's right, at Sterling, yeah. Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you here as KNEB.TV has Gering Scottsbluff for you. Tomorrow night, it'll be football, Hastings at Gering on 960 AM and KNEB.TV. That'll be with Jeff Kelly and me on that call, and then we'll have Chris Cottrell, and he's on 101.7 The Trail, and that will be in Sterling, Colorado. So they add the Colorado opponent, taking away one of those long road trips that the team can have. And Chris will have that on 101.7. 94.1 The Brand will have Nebraska volleyball coming up for you. And I know we've had some people talk that in their houses they've been having a little trouble getting 101.7, and I might give you, just while we're getting the official lineups out here, give you a little instruction on that. If you're trying to get 101.7 in your house, you might just turn the radio a quarter turn, a half turn, because if it doesn't have an external antenna, the one in the back may receive better if it's just turned, or even go to another room. I've done that with one of the little clock radios we have that's probably an $11.95 purchase, and we're getting it fine in the house, but you have to make sure you know where you want to be with it at the time. And of course, our games are all streamed on KNEB.com. You would just go to either 101.7 The Trail for the Scottsbluff games, or to 960 AM to get the Gering High football games. And we are precluded from streaming any of the Husker games. That's a University of Nebraska rule. So we do not stream those. We've had people call and say, well, why don't you stream those? Well, we would if we could. You just simply can't do that. So The lineup for Gering has been introduced. As you can see, they're in the white uniforms with blue down the shoulders and to the sleeves. Yellow numerals outlined in blue with the black pants and the blue for the stockings. Scottsbluff in their red and black, the black tops, the red pants, the black stockings, and they've got red numerals outlined in white. So very colorful. We'll be able to tell the difference tonight. You will too, watching here on KDB.TV. So we do appreciate your being along with us tonight. This, gosh, our third season already of doing Panhandle Sports on Allo and on KDB.TV and on Mobius Communications up in rural Box Butte, Dawes counties, even over into Sioux County a little bit. So we appreciate everybody, wherever they're at, watching the games tonight. Again, Scottsbluff with their lineup coming out. Nobody different than what we had heard earlier from the coaches. Mike Gentry, Tim Carpenter, the coaches here for the two teams. And that just takes us down to Talara Kinsey as the final starter here. She is not batting in this game, at least at the start of this one, as the designated player will be in Kimber Schallenberger to bat, but Kinsey will be on defense. So I think we've got all of that out of the way. We've got the national anthem coming up, and one of the junior students from Scottsbluff will be here. We'll try and pick this up on the crowd mic here as much as we can, so we're ready for our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Fine job done for the national anthem by one of the Scottsbluff High students tonight. Gering is in the third base dugout, just to the left of our broadcast area, and Scottsbluff over on the first base side tonight. Scottsbluff won the JV game that was contested on one of the other diamonds here at the complex earlier on. So we are just about ready to go here with the start of this one. Again, tomorrow night, it'll be Hastings coming to town against Gering. That'll be on KDB.TV at 9:60 a.m. And Chris Cottrell will be following the Scottsbluff Bearcats to Sterling, Colorado. And he'll have that one on 101.7 The Trail. And, of course, everything on KDB.com also, so you can pick it up that way. So we welcome you in as Gering at home and Scottsbluff on the road tomorrow. Teams get ready for the warm-ups. Grasmick will be in the circle, pitching again. Every game that we've had the telecast on this year has had Grasmick as the pitcher. And Claflin, of course, the veteran for Gering, also in the circle. Both are seniors. Might mention for Gering, they've got 3 seniors, 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and a freshman in the starting lineup. They're not using a designated player. While Scottsbluff with a designated player, so really 10 people to list, 3 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for Scottsbluff. So young teams all the way around, 3 seniors for both squads, and 1 being the pitcher, of course. So Grasmick getting her final tosses in, the wind kind of whipping in off of the infield here, and We have a new camera shot for you tonight as we continue to try and upgrade on the equipment and everything. And so we've got one from behind the center field fence there that you can see on the screen. And we think that'll give people a very good perspective on the game. So we welcome your comments regarding our coverage. Well, it's going to be a lefty, Maddie Weiss, to step in first. There aren't very many on either of these teams, but Weiss will lead it off against the right-handed pitching Jordan Grasmick. Top of the first inning. Scheduled 7-inning ball game. And the first pitch will be a strike. Corner infielders not in extremely tight, about even with the baseline, so not expecting a bunt from Weiss. She'll ground this one foul, and it's no balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for Gering, Maddie Weiss, who's playing first base tonight. Earlier games this year when we've seen Gering, Kiana Island has been the first baseman. I have to check and make sure they didn't just typographical error on the lineup card. 1 ball, 2 strikes now as the pitch will be low and away. Outfielders straight away, average for depth out there. Ground ball slapped shortstop side, and that's into left center field. Twombly will bring it back in after the first hit of the ball game. Weiss getting it between short and second. And there's the first hit of the game. Bobby Claflin, the pitcher now. Right-handed batter. One of the 3 seniors in the starting lineup. Inside pitch makes it ball 1. You can hear the wind whipping in the crowd mic as we have a fairly strong one that's going out from the right field pole over to the left field pole. Ball 2 as the pitch will miss high. So Gering threatening here in the first already. Base runner at first, 2-0 count on Claflin. Grasmick has to come in with one here. But it will miss outside, so 3-0. Perhaps a pitch away from the first 2 batters being aboard here. See if Grasmick can battle back as she looks into Talara Kinsey, the catcher. 3-0 will be taken, and that's going to be ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second for Gering with nobody down. And here's Kiana Island. We're going to have a courtesy runner. This will be Victoria Brady, who will be running for Claflin. Courtesy runners allowed for the pitcher and the catcher. They're pinch runners if they're in for another position player. So Brady at first, Weiss at second base now. Nobody down. Island digs in at the plate. She'll look at a pitch for a strike. Island has had some multi-hit games while we've had her on the telecast in earlier games this year. Off-speed pitch, line down the third base side, and holding at third will be Weiss. So the bases are loaded with nobody down here in the first inning of play. Island with the second hit for Gering, and with the bases loaded, nobody down, cleanup hitter Briley Dean, a freshman, steps in. Grasmick taking her time. That one will be a little high, ball 1. So 2 hits, a 4-pitch walk, and Gering in business here in the first inning. Teams have split this year. And there's a sharp one through the right side for a base hit. And Gering leads 1-0 and make it 2-0 as the throw misses connections with Maddie Johnston. And Brady sprints around third and comes on in to score. And that makes it a 2-run batted in single through the right side for Briley Dean. Weiss, of course, scoring on the play. Claflin also. Island moves to third. And Dean's at first base, so 2-0 now. 3 base hits. Runner is going to second. Here comes the throw back to the plate. It won't be in time. So Dean has a stolen base, as does Island coming in with a stolen base. So 3-0. Gering on top. Still nobody down here in the first inning. Fouled away first base side, so quickly 0-2 against Brown. The senior second baseman stepping in with runner at second base. 3 runs home for Gering in the inning. Narrowly missing. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes to Brown now. Macy Schlotthauer waits on deck. She was a last-minute addition to the starters. There's a grounder back to the center. Running it partway will be Grasmick. Brown retired, but Dean does move to third on the play. So 1 out, runner at third. And here's Macy Schlotthauer, the sophomore right fielder. Schlotthauer, the left-handed batter, swings at the first pitch, loops it into left field for a base hit, and that will be a run batted in for her. Dean scores on the play, and it is 4-0. Gering on top here in the first inning. So the infielders are going to gather for a moment in the center of the diamond. And Kelly Snelling, the center fielder for Gering, will have a chat with the coach for a moment as they await the resumption of play. It's just the catcher and the pitcher, but the other infielders have gathered to chat on their own here in the first. A single, a walk, a single, a ground out that moved Dean from second to third, and she could score on the next single. So 4 hits. 4 runs. And here's Kelly Snelling. She'll foul the first pitch away. Strike 1. Keeping our cameraman over on the first base side loose. Strike 1 on Snelling. She's the 7th in the lineup here in this first inning of play. Gering beat Scottsbluff 11-3 in a home match, and then they lost by a 6-3 score at the Scottsbluff Invite last Saturday. Delivery to Snelling will be there for a strike. 0-2 on Snelling with Callista Muir waiting on deck. Gering in with their hitting shoes on tonight, that's for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Gering coming in with a couple of run rule wins against Class C Chase County on Tuesday. Scottsbluff lost a couple of run rules to North Platte at North Platte. Staying alive is Snelling as she just gets a piece of that one to avoid the strikeout. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Muir on deck. And if they get to her, Hannah Splastasser, the catcher, would bat. This will be fouled down the third base side. Snelling was around quickly on that one. Count will stay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4 runs in for Gering here in the first inning. Grasmick ready, looks in. Kinsey lays down the sign. Foul tipped again. Snelling proving to be difficult. This will be the 7th pitch that she has seen in this at-bat, and it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled back again. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Snelling had stepped out for a moment. Fresh softball out to the circle in the center. Grasmick ready, and it'll be popped up. And it will be out of play. Disappearing out of my view down the third base side by the Gering dugout. So that will be the 6th foul ball that Snelling has had in this at-bat. Kind of a grin on her face as she looks at the coach down in the third base box. And a grounder into play. And the throw to first in time as Klein made the throw, and now Salazar throwing to second. It's an error, and moving to third on the play will be Schlotthauer. So Schlotthauer moved up on the ground ball, but then will move to third on the throwing error. And with 2 down, Callista Muir with a chance to make it a handful of runs for Gering in the first inning. Muir, the right-hander, and she'll ground it foul, third base side, strike 1. So Snelling on the 9th pitch grounded out, but she moved the runner up, and then the throwing error added a base. So Schlotthauer at third. Off-speed pitch will be a strike. So 0-2. This the 4th batter to have at least 2 strikes in the inning. Sharp grounder up the middle. Fielding is Lockemer. She'll throw for the out. For Gering, a very productive first inning of play. 4 runs. They get those on 4 hits. There was an error, and there was a runner left. We're through a half inning. It's Gering 4.
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering.
We're into the bottom of the first inning, and no, that's not a typographical. Gering 4, Scottsbluff coming to bat here in the first inning. There were 4 hits, a walk, and then there was an error, but it did not figure into scoring on the Scottsbluff defense there, but a runner was left at third base, so very productive first inning. Now we'll see if Scottsbluff can answer back, and the thing is, you don't need to get them all back at once if you can just start chipping away. Here's Mariah Avila, freshman left fielder. Bobby Claflin, the senior right-hander for Gering. Both players are ready, and the first pitch is high. Avila standing way up in the front of the box. Her back foot's right at the pointed part of home plate. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tierney Schlevy Another underclassmen sophomore is waiting on deck. 2 balls and a strike now. Briley Dean is in left field, Kelly Snelling in center, Macy Schlotthauer in right field. And the count goes 3-1 now to Avila. In the infield, got Maddie Weiss at first, Josie Brown at second, Callista Muir at short, and Kiana Island at third. There's the healthy swing. And the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Avila stepped out for a moment, now back in. And the full count pitch will be popped up. It'll drift over the screen out of play. And we will stay at 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for Scottsbluff. New softball out to Bobby Claflin. She delivers, and again it's popped up. And again, it'll get over the screen. And the count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes. Softball pitchers' arms don't get near the abuse, I guess you would say, that a baseball pitcher throwing overhand does. So I don't really keep pitch counts, but I'll tell you what, both pitchers first inning have had a bunch. There's one lofted into right, going back. Schlotthauer reaches up and makes the grab. Fine defensive play for the first out. And now Tierney Schlevy, the right fielder for Gering, sophomore. She'll bat it left-handed. Scottsbluff had a couple of lefties in the lineup. And now Schlevy batting it left-handed for Scottsbluff. Looks to be a little closer to the foul line out there and right, but not much. Showing bunt, taking the pitch. It's ball 1. Schlevy stands way back in the box. Again showing bunt, but the pitch is high, so it's 2 balls, no strikes. Kiana Island charging on the pitch both times that bunt was shown. Now running up in the box to try and slap it, but the ball was low, so 3 balls, no strikes on Schlevy. Looks down to Mike Gentry. And she'll take the 4th pitch low, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. 1 on, 1 out for Scottsbluff here in the first inning. And now Brady Locomer, the shortstop. Freshman will bat it here. Gering up 4-0. 4 runs, 4 hits, and a walk in the top of the first inning. Check swing foul, goes first base side. Locomer down in the count, 0-1 on a pitch she really decided she didn't want to offer at. Big swing there. It's 0-2. So 0-2 on the shortstop for Scottsbluff. Schlevy, the runner at first base. Grounder foul narrowly down the third base side, so 0-2 yet as Locomer got around quickly on that one, but it was outside the base. Taylor Klein on deck. She's the cleanup hitter for Scottsbluff. They're the home team. 11-6 on the year. Gering 11-5, and they're 1-1 against each other. Popped up. This will be out of play. A lot of foul balls early in this one by both teams. Locomer's down 0-2. She's seen 4 pitches, missed 1, and has fouled 3 off. taking timeout is Lockemer now, as she requested that from the home plate umpire. Got it. Grounder past third baseman Kiana Island into left field. Briley Dean will get it back in as Schleve motors into second base. So Lockemer with the first hit of the game off of Claflin. And here's the cleanup hitter, Taylor Klein. Two on, one out. Klein, the junior third baseman. She'll pop it up, short center. Second baseman Josie Brown makes the call. That was an infield fly. It would have been an automatic out anyway. And with two out, that'll leave it up to Kiera Twombly, the senior center fielder. Two on, two out. Ball one. Corner infielders just slightly inside the baseline. Late swing makes it 1-1 strike on Twombly. Pitcher Jordan Grasmick waits on deck. We're at the Scottsbluff Diamonds. Big swing, strike two. So a ball, two strikes, two on. Scottsbluff trying to answer back on that 4-run half inning that Gering had in the top of the first. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind looks like it's died down a little bit. That's fouled back out of play. Count stays 2-2, but wind has shifted a little bit. It was from the right field pole toward the left field pole. Now looks like it's almost coming in from right field toward home plate. New supply of softballs for the umpire. Wants to check the one that he sent out to Claflin in the center of the diamond. It's okay, and Twombly will take a moment, a couple practice swings, and then step back in. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on. Strike 3 swinging. In the inning, no runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for Scottsbluff. Through 1, it's...
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
We're to the top of the second inning here on KDB.TV. Chuck Swartz along with you. Thanks for being with us tonight. Still plenty of time to get over to the Scottsbluff Diamonds if you're in the area. JV's Scottsbluff won that one. They trail 4-0 in the varsity after an inning. Throw down to second base, and we're ready for the number 9 hitter, Hannah Splastasser, to step in. 8 batted in the first inning as 4 runs came pouring across for Gering. So Splastasser will be followed by the top of the order, Maddie Weiss, and then Bobby Claflin. Splastasser, another right-handed batter. 2 lefties in the lineup for Gering, as we mentioned. Scottsbluff with 1 so far.
Go, Hannah! Get it started!
Jordan Grasmick fires the pitch, ball 1. Grasmick, every time I've seen her, with some chewing gum. This one will bounce in, ball 2. Had a 4-pitch walk in the first inning. That was the only walk that she has given up so far. Now at 3-0. Softball, it seems like it's so important. If you can get that leadoff batter aboard. There's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike on Splash Tosser. Gering coming in with wins 7 of the last 8 ball games. There's ball 4. Second walk issued. And here's Maddie Weiss, who singled her first time, came in to score on Briley Dean's single. Looks like we are going to have a courtesy runner. Sam Stamper will be the courtesy runner here for the catcher, Splash Tosser. Worked well the first time as Brady, the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Claflin, came in as the second runner to cross the plate on the single by Briley Dean in the first that made it 2-0. Kinsey tempted to throw, didn't. 1 ball, no strikes on Weiss. Weiss was down 0-2 and then singled on a 1-2 pitch, her first at-bat. Grounds this one to second. Gloving, Johnston throws to second for 1, and that will be it. Stamper is retired for the first out. Weiss on with a fielder's choice. And with 1 out, here's the pitcher, Bobby Claflin. Walked and scored in the first inning. Has seen only 4 pitches from Grasmick so far, all missed. Grasmick with a walk earlier in the inning, but runner retired at second on a ground ball. There's a strike. So Claflin down 0-1. This one will bounce in. It hit the plate and bounced up. Did it hit her foot? Yes. So a hit batter. Claflin will be on. Here comes the courtesy runner again, Brady. So first and second. And here's Kiana Island, who singled to left her first time. That loaded the bases in the first inning. Then Dean singled a couple home, so the first 4 batters of the game got on. 1 out in the inning, a couple of runners for Gering. High, ball 1. Grasmick peering in intensely. Fires a pitch, called strike. A ball and a strike. Weiss, the runner at second. Brady, the runner at first. Island with a 1-1 count. Off speed, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Island takes a long look at the coach. And she'll ground the shortstop side. Lockemer has it, throws to first for the out. Weiss pulls in at third. Brady at second. 2 down for Briley Dean. Dean, a 2 RBI single the first time. She also came around to score on Schlotthauer's hit. takes the called strike. Top of the second, if you just joined us, Gering with 4 runs in the first inning. Strike again. No balls, 2 strikes on Dean. Steps out, now back in. Grasmick at the back of the circle. Toes the pitching plate and delivers. 4 to ball and 2 strikes. Two runners in scoring position, 2 down. Brady's at second, Weiss is at third. Ground ball past diving Taylor Klein, but the throw, they get her. I thought it was by, and I was blocked off a little, and they make the throw over, but it's not in time, so the run scores. That was sharply hit by Dean, and it's now 5-0. So Claflin at third base. Josie Brown will bat for the consultation as we have the offensive team looking around here, so making sure they've got things set just right. And now Brown, who had a comebacker to the pitcher her first time, steps in, trying to keep the inning going. Grasmick delivers, checked swing. It will be strike 1. Just high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dean, the runner at first. Brady, the courtesy runner for Claflin, over at third for Gering. 2 outs, 5-0. Gering on top. 4 in the first, 1 so far here in the second. Off speed, popped up out in the diamond, but the English on it will spin it into foul territory. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown had to get out of the way of that one. If she would have been in fair territory and hit by the ball, even if it's spinning over into foul territory, she would have been out. So had to avoid that, then still run in case it stayed in fair territory, but it spun over sharply. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners poised as Brown outside the box. Now she's back in and ready. Left side, taken in by Lockemer. She'll throw to first, and the inning is over. So she has a couple of ground balls her way in the inning. But there will be a run across. That was on 1 base hit. There also was a hit batter in the inning. No errors, and 2 left on base for Gering. Through an inning and a half, Gering.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Stack up on some great savings with State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn from Gering, Nebraska. Kerr Heilbrunn can help you save hundreds by adding your renter's policy to your auto insurance. Think of it as insurance with the cherry on top. Get to a better state. Call Kerr Heilbrunn today.
Pitcher Jordan Grasmick steps in for Scottsbluff here in the second inning. Gering enjoying a 5-0 lead, 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Grasmick will take strike one. One of the 3 seniors Scottsbluff has in the starting lineup. Fouled back, and it'll be 0-2 to Grasmick, leading off in the second for Scottsbluff. This is a scheduled 7-inning ball game. Maddie Johnston is on deck. Then Savannah Salazar for Scottsbluff. Ball and 2 strikes. Trying to tempt Grasmick, but it wasn't close enough to warrant a swing. And it's 2-2. Grasmick trying to become the third base runner for Scottsbluff. They left 2 in the first. Fouled back. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scottsbluff and Gering will be at the North Platte Classic this Saturday. And then next Tuesday, we'll have Scottsbluff at Alliance on KNEB.TV. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Grasmick. I'll have that game Tuesday for you at the Alliance Diamond. 3-2, lofted to short, and it'll be caught by Muir. So a soft liner to short makes the first out of the inning, and now Maddie Johnston, the second baseman. Johnston, one of the 3 sophomores in the starting lineup for Scottsbluff. Ball 1. Steps out for a moment, now back in, so Claflin will look into Splastasser, her catcher. Pitch bounces, ball 2. And ball 3 as Johnston ducks away from that pitch. Schleve, the only walk Claflin has given up. That was with nobody out, or with 1 out in the first. Didn't advance past second, and the pitch misses. So a 4-pitch walk. Both have been on the minimum number of pitches that Claflin has delivered. And with 1 out, here's Savannah Salazar, first baseman. Outfielders back up just a bit for her, and she'll launch it into center. It'll fall in front of a charging Kelly Snelling, and holding at second will be Johnston, and Salazar singling on the first pitch. So that'll be the second hit for Scottsbluff off of Claflin. Runners at first and second for Kimber Schallenberger, the designated player. Same situation as in the first inning when Scottsbluff had runners at first and second and 1 out, but could not score. Now we're going to have a chat for a moment as the lineup, I think, is looked at. And we're going to have the courtesy runner. So Keela Peters. And this is a pinch runner because Salazar, the first baseman, but re-entry rule is in effect. So here's Schallenberger with 2 on and 1 out. Pitch is high. 1 ball on the off speed. Johnston at second, Peters the runner at first. Fastball whistles in a bit high, 2 balls, no strikes. Claflin has given up 2 hits, 2 walks so far in the ball game, but no runs. Swings through that one to make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Claflin glanced to the bench for instructions. Now pitch will be fouled away right side. Schallenberger a little late on that one, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gering up 5-0 in the second. 4 in the first, 1 in the second. They are the visitors, so Scottsbluff batting in the home half of the second. Off speed will run the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, couple of runners on for Scottsbluff. And the bases are loaded. Second walk of the inning, 3rd of the ball game. Claflin has given up. So here is Mariah Avila, the left fielder. Had a fly ball to Schlotthauer and right her first time. Hit it pretty well, but just a little too much air under it. Schlotthauer made a stab up at it and made the catch. Pitch misses, ball 1. So now with the bases loaded, grounder, shortstop side. That will score the run. Throw to first base. And Avila is safe. Got there ahead of it. So Johnston scores. Peters moves to third. Schallenberger to second. And Avila with a run batted in makes the score 5-1 now. So Scottsbluff on the board. Here's Schleve, the right fielder. Strike called. Claflin giving up the first run, but couple of hits, couple of walks. Bases loaded, and it's ball 1. So Salazar's runner, Peters, is at third base. Schallenberger at second. Avila at first. Schleve launches it. It'll be caught, and the double play, and triple play. Wow. Schleve lines out. Weiss tags Avila for the second out and then throws to third for the third out. So in the inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and let's see, 1 runner left on base was the total. A triple play ends the inning. After 2, it's Gering.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com. Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Well, the last 2 games I've been here, we've had a grand slam home run by Alliance, and now a triple play in the game by Gering. What more do you want? Well, we're into the third inning, 5-1, Gering leading, and Macy Schlotthauer, the right fielder, will lead it off. Schlotthauer singled a run home her first time. Ended up stranded at third in that 4-run first. Fouls the first pitch back, strike one. So the bases were loaded. A run was home for Scottsbluff, and that's all they get out of the inning is a triple play. Ball one. Kelly Snelling, who grounded out her first time, will be next. Reaches out, fouls this one, up into the screen, strike two. Gonna have to start bringing a glove to these games so we can corral foul balls in our direction. Ball and 2 strikes to Schlotthauer. It's 2-2. Game started right at 7. We played for about 3/4 of an hour. We're in the third inning, and we've had a total of 6 runs, 5 for Gering. Grounded foul at the plate by Schlotthauer, so it stays 2-2. Snelling, the next batter, is the one that had foul ball after foul ball the first time. It's on the 9th pitch that she grounded to third base. Grasmick looking in, fires, and there's the strikeout. First strikeout for Grasmick in the ball game. And for the first time in the game, leadoff batter not aboard for Gering. 1 out, here's Snelling. As we said, grounded out on the 9th pitch that she saw. Just kept fouling pitch after pitch after pitch off. This one will bounce in for ball 1. Leaps back out of the way, ball 2. And it'll be ball 3. Callista Muir on deck. Gering batting, visitors half of the third inning. Leading at 5-1. Big 4-run first, the difference. Automatic for the strike, 3-1 now. Checks her swing, it'll go to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Snelling. 1 out. Grasmick just recorded her first strikeout on the previous batter. Trying for 2 in a row now, but doesn't get it. Ground ball. Johnston ranges to her bare hand side, fumbles it, and that will allow Snelling to get on base. So the error, the second of the ball game against Scottsbluff, makes it 1 out and 1 on for Callista Muir. Muir grounded to Lockemer the first time at shortstop. Grounded third. Gloved by Klein, throws over. Now the throw back to second, but rounding was Snelling, and she gets back safely. So Muir becomes the second out. Snelling, the runner at second. And Hannah Splastasser, the catcher. She walked in her only at-bat. Wearing number 99. I think there's a hockey player who was fairly good who wore 99 too. Wayne Gretzky, and there's one fouled away, strike 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Gering with 4 in the first, 1 in the second. They have a runner in scoring position here in the third, leading at 5-1. A little bit low, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Snelling, the center fielder, obviously with some pretty good speed out there on the paths. Splash Stasser with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. She'll line it into left center field. That'll fall for the base hit. Snelling will round and come on in to score the 6th run for Gering. So Splash Stasser with the RBI single into left center field. And that'll make the score 6-1. That's the 6th hit. And Stamper will go back in. She'll be the courtesy runner. So now Maddie Weiss. Ball 1. Weiss has singled and scored and lived on a fielder's choice and scored. 1 for 2 officially. Second base, Johnston gloves nicely and throws for the out. For Gering in the inning, they'll pick up 1 run. They get that on 1 hit. There was an error, and there was a runner left aboard. In the middle of the
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Bottom of the third inning approaching. Gering leading 6-1. They've scored in every inning so far now. This inning, it was an unearned run. In the Panhandle tonight, volleyball of note. Alliance Sydney, I believe, both unbeaten so far this year. Pitch misses, ball 1. Lockhomer singled her first time. Freshman 1 for 1. She'll pop this one towards shortstop, and Muir makes the catch. So 1 out. Here's Taylor Klein, the cleanup hitter. Klein popped to Josie Brown at second in her only at-bat of the game so far. A triple play last inning by Gering with the bases loaded and a run home. Ball 1. Claflin has given up a couple of hits so far in the ballgame, 3 to be exact, all singles. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 hits and a walk last inning and 1 run out of it. Lined into center field. That'll fall. Snelling will get it back in quickly, and Klein with a solid single for the 4th hit. 1 out and 1 on for Kiera Twombly. Twombly struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the first inning. Only strikeout Claflin has in the game so far. Bunts it, but it's going to end up foul. Island will make sure touching it in foul territory. And it's strike one on Twombly. Klein, the runner at first base. She's the third baseman while on defense. Waits as Kiera Twombly settles in at the plate. Showed bunt again. Runner hesitated and now goes. And will make it easily. Popped out of the glove of Splashtosser, so that will be a passed ball that moves Klein to second. It's a ball and a strike on Twombly with a runner in scoring position. Sharp grounder, knocked down by Brown. She'll throw, not in time. And moving to third will be Klein. So Twombly on the first error by Gering in the game. Puts runners at the corners with one down for the pitcher, Jordan Grasmick. Grasmick, soft liner to short her first time, but chance to draw her team even closer here. They're down 6-1 right now. It was 4-0 in the first, 5-0 after the top of the second, and then 5-1. And then 6-1 as Gering scored again in an unearned run in the top of the inning. Ball one to Grasmick. And ball two. Maddie Johnston is waiting. It's Johnston next. She has the only run scored for Scottsbluff in the game right now, but Scottsbluff hoping to add to that total here in the third. Lifted high left field. Back and dropping the ball is Briley Dean, and it's going to be runners at first and second with Klein coming home. So Klein scores on Grasmick's fly to deep left. It was back close to the fence, but Dean had some room for it, but dropped the ball. And having to tag was Twombly, so she was unable to go to third on the play. So Grasmick on at first, a run home. Grasmick will get a run batted in. That would have been deep enough even if it was caught that Klein would have scored. So the run comes home. Runners at first and second for Maddie Johnston. And we're now at 6-2, Gering leading. Johnston stepped out. Umpire was not ready as of yet. Now he's in place, and Johnston in the third base batter's box. Strike called. So Twombly moves up on the error. She's at second. Grasmick at first. One ball, one strike now. We've had a couple of errors in the inning on Gering. This will be looped into right center field. That will score a run. Twombly comes in to score, and it's a double for Johnston. Twombly will score from second base. Grasmick goes to third. And Johnston at second base with the run batted in double. So 2 runs across in the inning for Scottsbluff now. Here's Savannah Salazar. She singled solidly on the first pitch she saw. Takes one, ball one. That was just an inning ago. Salazar takes the pitch high. It gets away. Here's the play at the plate, and out is Grasmick. So that's 2 out. Johnston will move to third on the play, but a big out for the Gering defense there. So Salazar with the 2-ball, no strike count. Runner at third, in scoring position for Scottsbluff. It's 3-0 to the first baseman for Scottsbluff. Kimber Schallenberger is on deck for Scottsbluff, hoping for a chance to bat because that could possibly mean another runner across. There's a strike. 2 runs in, make it 6-3. Gering on top now. And there's ball 4. So that will be the 4th walk given up in the ball game by the pitcher Bobby Claflin. And here's Kimber Schallenberger, who walked an inning ago. Runners at the corners and 2 down. Strike 1 called. Wind picking up a little bit, the flag standing out more. Sharply hit, it's by a diving Callista Muir. Salazar will pull in at second. Johnston races home on the Schallenberger hit, and it is 6-4. 3 runs across in the inning for Scottsbluff. They may not be done. We're at the top of the order now to Mariah Avila. She's 1 for 2. Flied to right in the first, singled to left in the second. And batting here in the third, she is the 8th batter in the inning. She was the second out of the triple play last inning. Third base, Island gloves, and gets the out. So Avila on a fielder's choice technically. Salazar forced and in the inning. 3 runs come across for Scottsbluff. They got those on a total of 3 hits. 2 singles, the double by Johnston. And there were 2 errors by Gering in the inning and 2 left on base. Into the 4th, 6.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Well, we're into the 4th inning of a 6-4 ball game now. It was 5-0 at one point. Then 5-1, 6-1, and then 3 runs across in the third, make it 6-4. Bobby Claflin, the pitcher, leads off for Gering as they try and extend the lead back. Ball 1. Claflin has walked and been hit by a pitch so far. Does have a run scored in the game. Gering 11-5. Scottsbluff 11-6. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Kiana Island on deck. Good hitter for this Gering team. She's 1 for 2 in the game. Popped up out of play, first base side. Claflin down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes as the rival pitchers square off here in the 4th inning. And we've had a lot of base runners in this one so far. 4th inning, and it's the 3rd at-bat for Claflin. She'll loft it into center. Twombly drifts over and makes the catch on her bare hand side. One away. Here's Island, 1 for 2. Single in the first, run scored. Grounded to Lockemer at shortstop in the second. Takes the called strike. Island playing third base tonight. We've seen her at first most of the time this year. Skips away from one that was inside and low, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Briley Dean on deck, the cleanup hitter. She's a perfect 2 for 2 in this one. Has 3 runs batted in the early going. Grounded foul right over to the on-deck circle. Ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. So 2-2. Grasmick just hoping to have a 1-2-3 inning for once. Gering's had a lot of base runners. Sharply hit, but Klein gloves and throws for the out. 2 out. Here's Briley Dean. As we said, she's 2 for 2, has 3 runs batted in the game, and a run scored. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Nothing so far for Gering here. Scottsbluff 1 in the second, 3 in the third. Grounder down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Nice play by Klein again, and it turns into a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. To the bottom of the fourth, Gering 6, Scottsbluff 4 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Scottsbluff back within sniffing distance of the lead after trailing 4-0 before they ever had a batter in the ball game. 6-4 right now, 3-run third inning. Pulls them within a pair, and 8 batted in the inning, so now it's Tierney Schlevy to lead it off. Last time she was up, we had a rarity. Bunts it down the third base side. Charging was Island. She'll throw, but it's inside, and running to second base will be Schlevy. She's going to go to third, and they're going to wave her home, and she's in safely. So Schlevy gets on an error and scores on the play. Now, what I was going to tell you about the unusual play in the second is she lined into a triple play. Now she gets on an error and comes all the way around. In Little League, when that happens, they all congratulate their teammate for hitting a home run. But here, it's an error, but she scores anyway. And it is a one-run game. So here's Lockemer. So we're ready to go. Lockemer steps in. She represents the tying run in this game now. And she'll line it down the third base side, foul. Strike one on the freshman shortstop. She's 1 for 2 with a single in the game. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor Klein next. Kira Twombly behind her. If anybody gets aboard, Jordan Grasmick. Home half of the fourth inning, a one-run game. Ripped through the shortstop Muir, who barely had time to even think about getting the glove down on that one. And Lockemer on with the 7th hit Scottsbluff has in the game. So the tying run on. Here's Klein. She's 1 for 2, a single and a run scored last inning. So 1 run home. Claflin's only given up 1 earned run so far in this game. Errors have led to the others. Ball 1 to Klein. Ball 2. In that third inning, there were no earned runs because there were a couple of errors. Twombly got on an error, and you cannot have an earned run if you get on by an error. Then the inning should have been over. There's one, looped into left center field for the base hit. Moving to third was Lockemer, and because the throw went to third, Klein will move to second. She'll have a single but move down on the throw, and the tying and go-ahead runs are on the base paths. And it'll be Kira Twombly, but first, Tim Gonzalez takes time out. Wants to talk things over with his team. That's 8 hits in the game now for the Scottsbluff team. And a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Trailing 4-0 before they ever came to bat. And then in the second, when they did score a run, a triple play ended the inning. So talk about what could have happened there. 2 singles, 2 walks, liner to first for the first out, tag the runner coming back, and then the throw to third to get the runner going back into third. So it looks like we are going to have a pitching change here as Maddie Weiss will be doing the pitching. See if Island will move to first, which would be my supposition there. And Claflin probably will move to third, but we'll wait until they get out there in position. Left-handed pitcher, Maddie Weiss now to try and change things up. Tying and go-ahead runs on the paths. And there's the final warm-up toss. Team gathers around their new pitcher. If Island will be at first base, looks like Brown is going to move to third base, and Claflin will be at second base. First pitch misses to Twombly, ball 1. Twombly struck out, then she lived on an error and scored in the third inning. Officially 0 for 2, but a run scored. This will be lifted high in the air, deep center field. It'll be deep enough to score the run. And we've got a tie ball game. That'll be a run batted in for Twombly on the sacrifice fly. Lockemer comes in to score. 2 runs across in the inning now. So 6-6, Jordan Grasmick to bat. Klein had to hold at second base as Snelling got the ball back in quickly. There's a ball. That run is charged against the starting pitcher Claflin. Klein still her responsibility out on the paths also. And looped to the shortstop, makes the catch. Diving back in is Klein at second to avoid a double play there. Second time Grasmick's hit a soft liner that Muir has made the catch on. So 2 out, and here's Maddie Johnston. Walked, and then last time up, doubled a run home. So 1 for 1, 2 runs scored, and a run batted in. Checks her swing on a high pitch, ball 1. Go-ahead run at second in the form of Taylor Klein. 2 runs across in the inning. There's ball 2. Weiss fires the pitch in. That's a strike. 2 balls, a strike, 2 out. Runner at second. Tied up 6-6. We're in the 4th inning. Three and 1 now. Both teams have won 1 and lost 1 against the other this year. And they're probably not done yet. Postseason play. There's ball 4. So Johnston draws the first walk that she has issued in the game. And Savannah Salazar, who ripped a single the first time, then walked. Ball 1. Klein, the runner at second base. Johnston at first. 6-6. And we're in the 4th inning. Ball 2. Kimber Schallenberger, the designated player, scheduled next. Scottsbluff in the home first base dugout. Gering over on the third base side. Popped up foul out of play. So 2 balls, a strike. Schleve got on an error to start the inning out and came all the way around to score. Ahead of the pitch. We're at 2-2. And she'll chase one that was a strike. I think it was missed, so the throw has to go to first, and the out is made as Salazar didn't run immediately, so it goes as a strikeout, but they have to throw to first to record the out. So that one could have been interesting because Klein trying to score from second, but the out was recorded before she could come across the plate. Interesting inning, to say the least. 2 runs. There were 2 hits. There was an error. And there were 2 left on base. So Weiss comes in relief of Claflin and gets out of the inning, but we're all knotted up.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Josie Brown leads it off for Gering here. She moved to third when they made the defensive switches. Bunts the first one down the first base side. Good bunt. Flip to first, not in time. So Josie Brown with a bunt single. That'll be the 7th hit of the ball game. They've all been singles for Gering. Go ahead, run on. Macy Schlotthauer, 1 for 2, a single, a run batted in the first, and then a strikeout in the third. Lefty waits at the plate, and there's strike 1. So Brown beats out the bunt. Now Schlotthauer seeing if she can move her around the bases. Inside, ball 1. Kelly Snelling waits on deck. We're in the 5th of a scheduled 7-inning ball game. That one was inside, leaning out of the way, and moving into second will be Brown on the pitch inside that gets away from the catcher. Two balls, one strike on Schlotthauer. Nobody down. Go ahead run in scoring position. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Macy Schlotthauer. Snelling, who has a run scored, waits on deck. Ripped down the third base side, but foul. So it stays 2-2 to Schlotthauer. Snelling, when she comes up for the third time, will be looking at the 16th pitch that she's seen. 9 the first time, 6 the second time. Bounces in the dirt. Brown moves over to third. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Schlotthauer with a chance to give Gering the lead back. And it's inside. Third walk given up by Grasmick. Runners at the corners, nobody down for Kelly Snelling. Grounded to third, lived on an error on Johnston at second. Came in to score on Splashtosser's single. So go ahead runs on the bases. Gering trying to win the rubber match of the regular season. That one's bunted foul, strike 1. Snelling, one of 3 seniors in the lineup for Gering tonight. 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and a freshman out there. Dean, the left fielder, who hits cleanup, is the freshman. Snelling down 0-1. And she wants to bunt again. It's going to be a strike on the inside corner as she takes it. So 0-2 on Snelling. Probably takes the bunt strategy away here. And it's looped into center field. Twombly will make the catch. Tagging and scoring will be Brown. So Snelling with a sacrifice fly gets her a run batted in. Schlotthauer had to hold at first base as the throw was in front of her. And here's Callista Muir. Muir's grounded to short and third in her 2 previous at-bats. Hits it right back to the pitcher. It'll be gloved. A nonchalant grab by Jordan Grasmick. And that'll make 2 out as Schlotthauer went diving back into third. And Hannah Splastasser steps in, excuse me. Walk and a single. She has a run batted in the ball game. There's a strike. 5th inning. Gering's taken the lead back 7-6 in the game. Swing and a foul tip. 0-2. Grasmick has gone 4 2/3 innings in this game. She's given up 7 runs, 6 of them earned. There's strike 3. So she'll get her second strikeout. And the inning's over. Gering takes the lead back. They get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. There was a runner left. Middle of the 5th, Gering.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Well, we'll see if it can be tied up again. We've had games all over here. 4-0 Gering before Scottsbluff batted. Then it was tied at 6. Now it's 7-6. Gering with a run in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Kimber Schallenberger to lead it off for Scottsbluff here, going against Maddie Weiss, who came in and got the final outs, but not before a couple of runs came in for Scottsbluff to tie it up. Those runs charged to Claflin. She went 3 innings plus 3 batters, gave up 6 runs, 1 earned, total of 8 hits, 1 strikeout, 4 walks. One of those hits was a double. That was Maddie Johnston. Pitch misses by Weiss, ball 1. Walk and a single, a run batted in for Kimber Schallenberger. Seems like everybody's had some opportunities offensively in this one. Strike 1. Ball and a strike now. Would have been 2 earned runs as I was looking back over the inning there. Charged against Claflin. So 6 runs, 2 earned. She's now at second base. Island moved to first. Muir's still at shortstop. Brown is at third. Splastos are doing the catching. It's 2 balls and a strike on Schallenberger. Top of the order, waiting on deck, Mariah Avila. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weiss, the left-hander, working in relief. Claflin will have a no decision because the game was tied at 6. Go to a full count. 3-2 to Schallenberger. She's been on base both times. Not bad out of your number 9 hitter. And for the 3rd time, she's aboard. Second walk given up by Weiss. And here's the top of the order, Mariah Avila. We will have a courtesy runner since Weiss is now the pitcher. Be Alex Jones. So Jones represents the tying run. Gonna have a pinch hitter. So Maddie Narvaez will come in and bat here in the 5th inning. Have to see if Avila comes back in defensively. Showing bunt early. Narvaez now pulls the bat back. Ball 1. Tierney Schleve waits on deck. Scottsbluff down a run. We're in the 5th. Runner is going, and the throw down bounces. Apparently hit the runner. And Jones is in safely at second. So it's going to be 2 balls, no strikes on Narvaez. So runner in scoring position, nobody down. And it's bunted fouled. Strike 1 now on Narvaez. Trying to get the runner moved to third. Weiss delivers. It'll be taken for a strike. 2-2 to Maddie Narvaez. She was looking for instructions from the coach down the third base line and then checked the wrist pad. That one will be high and tight. Full count. 3-2. Narvaez. Jones the runner at second. Weiss doesn't take a lot of time. Popped up out of play. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk. How often do they come back and haunt a defense? And that's Jones at second. She came in as the runner for Schallenberger. So she's in scoring position, nobody down. Needing to retrieve a couple of softballs, and we had a shoelace for Claflin that needed attention. Muir came in to give some encouragement to her pitcher, Weiss. And again, we'll be at a full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the second strikeout for Weiss in the game. Now, Tierney Schleve walked, lined into a triple play. Yes, you heard me correctly, a triple play. Then lived on an error and scored. Went all the way around the paths before the ball could be brought back in. Looped into center. It's right at Snelling, and she'll make the catch. So Schleve lines out, and there are two gone. Still a runner at second, and here's Brady Lockemer. She has a 2-for-3 night going, a run scored. Singled in the first and the fourth. Scored in the fourth. That was the tying run at the time. Now Gering has taken the lead back at 7-6. Inside, ball one. This misses high, so it's ball two. Tying run at second, but two down now. A strikeout and a liner to center. Three and 0 to Lockemer. Taylor Klein on deck for Scottsbluff. She's got a couple of hits tonight. Total of 8 hits for Scottsbluff in the game right now. And ball four. 4-pitch walk puts runners at first and second. That'll be the third walk given up by Weiss since she came in. Klein has singled her last 2 times up. Ball one. She popped to second, then singled to center, and singled to left, moved to second on the throw, trying to get the lead runner at third. There's strike one. Ball and a strike. Tying and go-ahead runs on for Scottsbluff here in the 5th inning. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Kira Twombly on deck. Strike call. No, ball outside. Thought I heard him say strike, but no. So it's 3-1. Klein with the advantage. Runner in scoring position. With 2 out, they'll be taking off on contact, the runners will. And there's contact. What a stop. And the out at third base. Muir gloved and threw for the force at third base. So Klein on a fielder's choice, but the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left aboard. To the 6th. Still a 1.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Welcome back. We're into the 6th inning. 7-6 right now. Gering on top. As a fine defensive play by Muir stopped the threat for Scottsbluff in the bottom of the 5th inning. Be the top of the order. Weiss, who started as the first baseman, now the pitcher, will lead it off. Then Claflin, who started as the pitcher, now at second base. Then Island, who started at third base, now the first baseman. Brown moved to third during that shuffle a couple of innings ago. So Weiss, a single, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded out to second base. Both times the grounders went to Johnston at second. She does have 2 runs scored on a 1-for-3 night. Strike called. Claflin waiting. She follows Weiss in the order. There's 1 ball, 1 strike. As we said before, Gering 11-5, Scottsbluff 11-6. This will be looped into short left, and it will fall. So Weiss has been on base 3 times in the game, twice with a hit. That'll be the 8th hit. Claflin walked, been hit by a pitch, and flew to center field. Strike 1. Gering looking to add an insurance run if they can. We're in the next to last inning. Bounces in, and going to second will be Weiss on the play. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Claflin. Weiss in scoring position. Kiana Island waiting on deck. Two balls and a strike. Claflin officially 0 for 1, but she's been on twice and has a run scored. Lofts this one into right field on the run. Schleve and Twombly cuts her off and makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Kiana Island. Single, grounder to short, grounder to third. Has a run scored. That was on the double steal back in the first inning when Gering was plating 4 of their 7 runs. Ball 1. Rips it into right field. Schleve will field quickly and bring it back in. Here's the runner to the plate, and Weiss scores the 8th run for Gering. So Island with an RBI single. Gering now with the 8th run across. And here's Briley Dean. She'll ground it to third. Gloved nicely by Klein. She throws for the out as Island moves to second. 2 outs, 1 run home for Gering, so they have a 2-run lead in the ball game now. Josie Brown, who's now playing third base, started at second, steps in, had a bunt single last time. She's 1 for 3. Strike 1. Island in scoring position at second base. Gering up by 2. Trying to add to it in the next to last inning. Grounder. It'll be Grasmick. Flips to first for the out. Close play, but the inning is over. There will be 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left for Gering. We're into the bottom of the 6th. Gering leads.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned. farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
Twombly leads it off for Scottsbluff here in the 6th as the Lady Cats need a couple to tie it up, 3 to take the lead. Twombly is 0 for 2, but she has lived on an error and scored and had a sacrifice fly for a run batted in. 8 hits in the game for Scottsbluff, 9 for Gering now. Weiss on in relief is the pitcher of record for Gering, replacing Claflin. Fires a pitch, ball 1. This her 3rd inning of work. Came in with bases loaded. Gave up a couple runs, but they were the previous pitcher Claflin's responsibility. There's ball 2. Check swing, it'll be a strike, 2-1. Upstairs, so 3-1. And hustling to first base will be Klein on the walk, just to see what happens with everybody else out there. Gering alert to it, so Weiss has had some control problems. That's 4 walks since she came on, but she hasn't allowed a hit as of yet. Does have a couple of strikeouts. Here's Grasmick. Run batted in. And a couple of soft liners to shortstop. She'll bunt this one back. Weiss throws to first for the out. Going to third, safe. Wow. The base runner and the third baseman both laying there, not wanting to move, trying to show the umpire they had the right place. But Twombly goes to third on the play, sacrificed by Grasmick. And with 1 out, it's going to bring a conversation with the home plate umpire now from Tim Gonzalez. He heads back to the dugout. 2-run lead for Gering with Scottsbluff with a runner at third. And here's Maddie Johnston. She has walked, doubled, and walked. A run batted in, couple of runs scored. Strike 1. This the second time she's faced Weiss. Weiss walked her back in the 4th inning when she came on. Ball 1. And ball 2. Twombly, the runner at third. So 3-1 now. She said Weiss has not given up a hit, but she has allowed 4 walks in the ball game, 1 to the previous batter, Twombly, who's now at third. And there's ball 4 to Johnston. So first and third. Salazar up, ripped a single, walked, and struck out. Hitting in the 8th spot in the order, it's Scottsbluff's gotten a lot of production in the bottom half. Ball one. Johnston has walked 3 times and doubled. Salazar has singled and walked, and Schallenberger has walked twice and singled. Moving to second on the play will be Maddie Johnston, as with Twombly at third. They don't want to risk something there. Strike one to Salazar. Ball two, so 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, 2 in scoring position. They represent the tying runs. Big swing at a pitch that was out of the strike zone, and it's 2-2 to Salazar. She was going to tie this one up with 1 swing right there. Steps out for a moment. Now she's back in. Weiss to the motion. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So the 3rd strikeout for Maddie Weiss, and it makes 2 out, but brings up Kimber Schallenberger. Schallenberger walked twice, singled once, has a run batted in. Tying runs on in the next to last inning. Gering leading at 8-6. Now stepping out, the umpire wasn't ready, so Schallenberger not wanting to just pose in the batter's box there. Loosens up a bit. Twombly the runner at third. Johnston the runner at second. 2 outs. Schallenberger takes 1 low, ball 1. Nine walks issued by Gering pitching in this game. And Schallenberger has a couple of them. Ball 2. Top of the order waiting. Grounder back to the pitcher. It's through the glove of Weiss, but the throw by second baseman Claflin saves Gering in the inning. No runs, no errors, 2 left on base, no hits in the inning, and we go to the 7th.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Gering protecting a 2-run lead into the last inning. They will be batting with Macy Schlotthauer, Kelly Snelling, and Callista Muir. Trying to add to the 2-run lead. Scottsbluff will have last bats, so they'll have an opportunity in the bottom half of the inning. Been playing almost 2 hours and started out Gering 4-0. 5-0 top of the second. Scottsbluff put 1 up in the bottom half, so 5-1. Then it was 6-1 in the third. Then 6-4, finally 6-6. High pop up, foul territory, and it will simply fall for a strike here, I believe. Let's see, yep, it did. Kind of runs out of my view behind the third base dugout here, but returning will be Schlotthauer, and she'll have another opportunity. But as I was saying there, Scottsbluff scoring 3 in the third to make it 6-4, and then 4 in the sixth. Then Gering 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth to take the 2-run lead. Ball and a strike now to Schlotthauer. Single, a walk, and a strikeout. Grounder on the left side. Lockemer has it, throws for the out. Kelly Snelling now, grounded to third, lived on an error on the second baseman, and had a sacrifice fly to center for a run batted in. Officially 0 for 2, but a run scored and a run driven in. (8-6) Gering. We're in the top half, the visitors' half of the inning. Ball 1. Grasmick has gone the distance. Ball 2. Grasmick has struck out 2, walked 3, hit a batter, and has given up 9 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. Trying to get out of the inning and give her team an opportunity. There's a strike. 2-1 to Snelling. Callista Muir on deck. 1 out, nobody aboard. Grounder snagged by Grasmick. She'll throw high, and safe is Snelling. That'll be the 3rd error on Scottsbluff in the game. And now Muir grounded to short, third, and hit a soft liner back to the pitcher, Grasmick. So 0 for 3, but a runner at first for her now. Let's see, looks like we will have a pinch hitter here. Kelsey Bonsack. So Kelsey Bonsack to bat here in the 7th inning. The runner at first, Snelling with good speed. Strike 1. Avila in left, Twombly in center, Schlevy in right for the Scottsbluff outfield. Lofted into short left, and it will fall in front of a charging Avila. So Bonsack with the single. Moving to second is Snelling. And now Splastasser, the catcher. Walked, singled, and struck out. She has a run batted in. Two-run lead for Gering, trying to increase it here. Low and inside, ball 1. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. Only the 4th inning, and so far this inning, that Gering has not plated at least 1 run. Ball 2. They have never trailed after that 4-run first, but Scottsbluff has rallied to tie it at one point. Strike called. 2 balls and a strike now to Splastasser. Weiss waiting on deck. Inside to make it 3 balls and a strike. Three walks and a hit batter by Grasmick, as I mentioned earlier. Down 3-1 in the count here with 2 on base. And ball 4. Splastasser with her 2nd walk in the game. Bonsack at second and Snelling at third. And we will see Stamper as the courtesy runner again. So bases loaded, one out, and Weiss will be batting, but we've got a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Remind you again tomorrow night on KDB.TV. It'll be Hastings at Gering in football. That's also on 960 AM. Jeff Kelly will have the call. And on 101.7 The Trail, Scottsbluff at Sterling, Colorado. Chris Cottrell with that one on 101.7. Of course, both games available on KDB.com. So the conversation over for the offense. Defense still talking things over in the center circle here. Snelling's at third. She lived on an error. Bonsack single to left, and Splashtosser is walked. That was after Schlotthauer grounded out for the first out. Here's Weiss. Singled, grounded twice to the right side, and then singled again in the sixth. 3 runs scored, and she's 2 for 4. Grounds to second. Johnston flips for 1, throw to first. Not in time. So Snelling will come in to score the 9th run for Gering. Bonsack moves to third on the play. And Stamper, running for Splashtosser, is out for the second out. And Weiss on the fielder's choice. And we're going to see Brady back in as the runner at first. Claflin to bat now. The run across, an unearned run because Snelling got on the error. So first and third, 2 out. Claflin walked, hit by a pitch, and 2 flies to center. Strike 1. So Gering now with a 3-run lead, 9-6 in the last inning. After that 6-all tie, they scored in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings to regain the lead. Ball 1. Brady at first base. Bonsack at third. Inside for ball 2. Fouled away, first base side. Hit solidly, but a little late on the swing, so 2-2 to Claflin. Guiana Island, who singled twice in this ball game, waits on deck for Gering. Gering defeated Scottsbluff 11-3 back in August at Oregon Trail Park. And then Scottsbluff last week at the Scottsbluff Invite picked up a 6-3 win. Count runs full. Two on and 2 out. And now the bases are loaded. Claflin draws the walk. Walk number 5 by Grasmick. And the bases loaded, and Guiana Island 2 for 4. A run scored. Single to left, single to right, grounder to short, grounder to third. She's kept them all busy tonight. Ball 1. 9-6, Gering leading. We're in the last inning. Gering trying to make it a more comfortable lead here. There's a strike. Ball and a strike to Island. Bases are loaded with 2 down. If Island gets aboard, Dean would be next. Popped up in the infield. And it'll fall in front of Lockhomer, and Gering keeps the inning going. Tough place just past the circle. Johnston, Lockhomer coming together on that one. It goes off the glove. Island is on the second error of the inning, 4th of the game, now on Scottsbluff. Claflin goes to 3rd. And Bonsack scores along with Brady. There's a strike to Dean. So they've opened this game up with a huge 7th inning. Fouled back. 0-2 to Dean. 11-6. 4 in the first and now 3 in the 7th for Gering have been the big numbers for them. Dean has singled a couple of times, grounded to 3rd a couple of times. Popped up, second base side. Johnston has it. And the inning is over, but not until 3 runs come across in the inning. That was on a grand total of 1 base hit, but there were 2 errors. And there were 2 runners left aboard. An uphill climb for Scottsbluff as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Gering.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
I think we may have a defensive change out there for Gering. We're trying to watch and see as balls are fielded and thrown. We'll have to check here as the inning is over, or the infield warm-up is over, as the final pitches from Weiss coming in. Looks like Jones will be in at shortstop now. Alex Jones. Weiss still pitching. Brown will be out. Actually, it's Jones at third base now. Muir at short. Claflin at second. Yeah, Muir back in as we'd had some different batters in the top of the seventh. Now for Scottsbluff. They're going to need 5 to tie it up here. And Catherine Reisig will lead off, slaps it. It's fielded by Weiss. She'll throw for the out. Now Schlevy. Tierney Schlevy has walked, lined into a triple play, lived on an error, and lined to center field. So 0 for 3 with a run scored, but she's hit the ball hard. Ball one. Weiss going for the win in relief. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on Schleve. Brady Lockemer waiting. Popped into short right on the run and making the catch. Had to wait and make sure she came up with it. But Macy Schlotthauer robbing Schleve of 1 there. How long a break after the game? Here's Lockemer to bat it here. How long a break are you taking at the end of the game? Check swing on a pitch that's high, ball 1. Grounder back up the middle. Weiss has it, throws, and that's the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left in the 7th for Scottsbluff. They ended up leaving 11 runners aboard in the ball game as Gering wins it by a score of 11-6. Post-game coming up, Gering 11, Scottsbluff 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Welcome back. Chuck Schwartz with you on the postgame as Gering wins it. They now have won 2 of the 3 against Scottsbluff during the regular season of play. But a game that started out 4-0 Gering, all of a sudden we were tied at 6. And then solo runs in the 5th and 6th and a big 3 spot in the 7th for Gering gave them the 11-6 win in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the batting in this one. First for Gering, Maddie Weiss, 2 for 5, pair of singles, scored 4 times in the game. Bobby Claflin hitless in 2, but she walked twice, was hit by a pitch, had a run scored. Kiana Island, 2 for 5, pair of singles, also lived on an error, had a run scored, and had a run batted in. Briley Dean ends up 2 for 5 in the game, 3 runs batted in and a run scored. Josie Brown, 1 for 4, a single, a run scored. Macy Schlotthauer, 1 for 3, a single, a walk, a strikeout, and an RBI. Kelly Snelling, hitless in 3 tries, lived on errors twice, and had a sacrifice fly for a run batted in, scored twice. Callista Muir, 0 for 3. Kelly Bonsack hit in the 7th for her, singled, scored a run, so she was 1 for 1. Hannah Splastoser, 1 for 2, a single, a couple of walks, a strikeout, and a run batted in. 11 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, 8 left for Gering. For Scottsbluff, Mariah Avila was 1 for 3 with a single, had a run batted in. Maddie Narvaez hit in the 5th inning, struck out 0 for 1. And let's see, it would have been Catherine Reisig batting in the 7th, grounded out. She was 0 for 1. Tierney Schlevy, hitless in 4 tries, but walked, lived on an error, had a run scored. Lined into a triple play in the 2nd inning. You don't see those every day. Brady Lockhomer, 2 for 4, pair of singles, a walk, a run scored. Taylor Klein, 2 for 4, pair of singles, a run scored, a run batted in. Kiera Twombly, hitless in 2 tries, but walked, lived on an error, struck out, scored a run, and drove one in with a sacrifice fly. Jordan Grasmick, hitless in 3 tries, lived on an error. She had a run batted in. Maddie Johnston, 1 for 1, a double, walked 3 times, had 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Savannah Salazar, 1 for 3, a single, also a walk, struck out twice. Kimber Schallenberger, 1 for 2, a single, walked twice, had a run batted in. 6 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors, 11 left for Scottsbluff. Back to take a look at the pitching in this one. Again, it was Gering 11.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats. For sandwiches.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you on the postgame. Gering wins at 11-6 over Scottsbluff. Looking at pitching, Jordan Grasmick goes all 7 for Scottsbluff. Gave up 11 runs, only 7 were earned. 10 hits, all singles. Struck out 2, walked 5, and hit a batter in taking the loss. For Gering, Bobby Claflin started, went 3 innings plus 3 batters in the 4th. Gave up 6 runs, 2 earned, 8 hits, 7 singles, a double. Struck out 1, walked 4 in the game. Weiss comes in, goes 4 innings to pick up the win in relief. struck out 3, walked 5, did not give up a run or a hit in the game. It was the 5 walks that led to Scottsbluff base runners. Weiss picks up the win. Scottsbluff falls to 11-7. Gering improves to 12-5. Both are at the North Platte Classic this upcoming weekend. Well, tomorrow night, as we said, KNEB.TV over at Gering as Hastings comes to town. That'll be on 960 AM also, and KNEB.com, plus KNEB.TV. And Chris Cottrell will be in Sydney on Sterling, 101.7 The Trail, and KNEB.com for his game for the Scottsbluff Bearcats. Jeff Kelly and I will be in Gering. Well, until then, speaking for producer-engineer TJ Albright, scoreboard operator Jonas Pfeiffer, and our camera operators Olivia Albright and Alex Ocean, I'm Chuck Swartz, thanking you for watching, wishing you a good evening, reminding you once again the final score was Gering 11.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More, that's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.